Oh, that's some of the funniest shit I ever heard. Good God, Ace.
What happened?
It's emergency. It's a goddamn emergency.
Well, I was taking a little bit of, they said that we have a distillery here, and they give away alcohol.
Dang.
And I mean, little bottles for hand sanitizer.
Ah.
And the thing says, the CDC or whatever it is says it's got to be at least 70 proof alcohol to make for good sanitizer.
So what? So what'd you do?
Well, I fixed
it. You fixed it, huh?
I did. I went down and bought me a little bottle of Crown.
Ah.
And then what I'm going to do is sanitize. I'm going to sanitize my stomach.
Oh, God. Oh, he's going to sanitize his stomach. Well, that'll sanitize everything from your lips backwards.
I think that's all I need right now to be sanitized, because I've been rubbing that alcohol all over me.
That's funny.
Now, what I'm doing here is I'm sheltering in place. It's what it's called, is sheltering in place.
Yeah. So what's that all about?
Well, there's a couple things that, sheltering in place ain't that bad.
Well,
I mean,
I've done worse.
I mean, for some people it can be bad, but now if you are prepared to shelter in place, have yourself a little toddy. Take the medicine the doctor's order.
Medicine. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Coffee, folks. Coffee. How's that working for you, by the way?
Doctor's orders, and let me tell you, I don't think he gave me the proper amount. Told me to do the proper amount. I think do a little bit more than what they say.
Well, you have to go for the good measure of things, a little extra, because you might have undertaker.
Well, you don't want to do that, because that could reverse the whole process.
Oh, it's not effective anymore.
No, I mean, it could be worse for you.
Well, so okay, well, so I know the last time we talked, it was like it was you had to take boosters now and then. I mean, it wasn't something you could just do once. It's more like a therapy, if you will.
Well, that is correct.
All right.
And I'm doing this for you, for me, for our children. I am I'm a guinea pig.
For mankind, humankind.
I am.
Yeah.
I feel kind of like Admiral Byrd.
Admiral Byrd. How we get there?
I'm exploring the unknown. I'm and if they had some of that friggin', if there was some of that damned, what is that when the mosquitoes bite you, malaria medicine?
Yeah.
I'd try some of that shit. I would try that too.
Damn.
I would.
Well, I tell you, Ace, you got the shelter in place. Of all the people in this world, you need the shelter in place.
I know, and let me.
But those distilleries, they're probably pretty sanitary, I would think. There's kind of like an alcohol fume in the air.
Well, I go out. Now, let me tell you, this is what's bad. And I know this happens. I'm not the only one that's noticed this. But you're in line at the, you're trying to keep your distance from people. In line at the friggin' store trying to buy some toilet paper. Because apparently Apparently, there's a toilet paper shortage, and
Apparently.
only thing I can figure this is, you get the corona, you get sick, and it must be contagious projectile diarrhea everywhere. I mean, you might be splattered. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure, because everybody is carrying cases and fucking cases of toilet paper out of the stores.
You think maybe that they're not telling us all about this deal? There might be something else to it than what they're proclaiming, and these people are finding out the hard way or something?
Well, this woman that comes out of Walmart, I mean, she obviously, pulled right out of her trailer park, and she's obviously not living down there in Highland Park in Dallas, but she's got 2 cases of toilet paper. What would she know that I wouldn't know?
Well, listen, you that kind of diarrhea like that. Now, I've heard it has something to do with like a window screen.
And God forbid, don't smoke. If you smoke, let me give you the scenario. I'm down there buying my fucking roll of toilet paper for about $5 overpriced. And I happen, of course I have smoked I smoke.
You
and
smoke.
I was clearing my throat. I don't know if it's smoker's cough, but I kind of went people looked at me like, the motherfucker's got it. Barney, he's a witch.
Yeah,
I barely got the fuck out of there. No, I'm not shitting you.
Oh no, I believe you. I told you about this story in Sam's Club last video we did, and
they started going like, I just barely, I covered my mouth, but fuck, they started going, oh fuck, he's got it.
Well, I guess that's
the only thing I didn't do was shit my pants, and they go, okay, that's a given. Now he's got it. Toilet paper, there's a cough.
Well, it's over.
God, what in
I told our household, I says, now we're going on, since everybody's buying toilet paper and we're not going to, says we're going on toilet paper rationing. And so I want everybody to just tear off one little square of it each time, and that's all they get to use no matter what. And it'll last a lot longer that way.
It's funny that you say that, because I had a friend in high school, and his mother was so conservative. She would allow one, now if it was 2-ply, 1 sheet. Now if it was single ply, she would maybe allow 2 sheets to totally wipe your ass,
That was it.
Yeah, and what if
be laid out on the counter? Where's the toilet paper? Right there, buddy, on that counter. That's your 2 sheets.
What if you had a bad go of it?
There must have been a time she wished you'd have had some toilet paper. Oh my God.
If you had a bad go.
Hey, I got to tell you about a picture I saw.
Okay.
It was Abraham Lincoln, and he was with a couple of generals, and I didn't read the caption, but it was him, right?
Yeah.
And he seems a pretty tall guy, but he's wearing this freaking hat that it went up. I'm going to say that hat was probably 3 foot tall. Have you ever seen that before?
A stovepipe hat, as they called them.
Well, now, what is that? Is that like to indicate your highness kind of thing? I couldn't get it. Why would you wear something like that on your head?
No,
I mean, you'd be walking along and you'd start leaning and you'd be fucked. It
was a hat of that century, of that time, of that genre. It's a hat. It was like, back then you want a big girl for a wife that had a waist about that big around. It was weird how people's, it was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah. Well, did you ever see that movie, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter?
Loved it.
I did too. I thought it was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
I loved it. But you see, I'm geared up. I don't know if you're really thinking, you're not geared up because this could be the zombie apocalypse. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Now, Now, I want you to listen to me because I'm being just as dead serious as can be here, and it's scared me.
Here it comes, folks. Brace yourself.
No, I'm telling you.
Okay.
But what if this thing, you know, you get the coronas?
You get the coronas.
Okay, and then you get cured from it. You think you're all cured, and then about 3 months later, you turn into a fucking zombie.
Who hasn't seen that happen a couple of hundred times?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. So you really can't see over there, but I got my gun.
Well, that's a good thing.
And I'll shoot some motherfucker that comes in and tries to take my can of pork and beans.
Yeah, well, yeah, pork and beans.
I'm getting prepared.
Yeah.
I'm hunkering down. I'm ready to shoot. I guess I'm like most rednecks. I got my pork and beans. I've got my gun to shoot anybody that tries to take them. And I'm sheltering in place. But thank God now, you know, a lot of these places, New York City,
yeah,
they've refused them. You can't work unless you're an essential whatever.
Yeah. Well, did you ever see that movie Escape from New York?
Huh? Have I seen what?
The movie Escape from New York? Snake Plissken or Bliskin?
Well, sure I have.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. I bet next thing you're going to see, they're going to put these big 30-foot chain link fences. So it'd be good to be in the chain link fence business right now. And with all the Constantine, you know, around like New York and Chicago and Los Angeles, that'd be a really, really big fence there. Los Angeles goes almost all the way across California, east to west, west to east.
There's some good people out there in California now.
Well, people don't know we are recording this in studio in Hollywood.
There you go. And the California people are good, you know. It would be nice to contain them in a fucking chain link fence. If you could contain the whole area.
Yeah.
And all that, you know, as long as I really like Chuck Schumer, but if he was included in that, would be okay. He could.
Oh, we're going political, are we?
He could settle them people down. Well, Nancy Pelosi, she could be in there, and you know how she does her.
She could rule them, right? She was the ruler,
and she could probably call it. It's probably better, you know. And I'm sitting there watching the news, and all I see is now. I'm not trying to get political or anything, but all I hear is that fucking corona came out of Trump's ass, and he did it on purpose. He was trying to get back at the Chinese people.
Yeah.
For these tariffs. So he set off some goddamn aerosol corona bomb over there. Now that's the narrative.
Oh my God. Lord God help us. We're screwed. We're screwed. Well, I'll tell you what people need right now. A good laugh. That's what people need right now. Well, I think you'd agree with that. Of course, you need that always. That releases some kind of chemical out of your head, out of your brain.
Well, there's other things too. Now, I'm just curious. Have you seen a Chinese? This is what it's called. Now, let me get it up here in light. A Chinese pill popping machine.
A Chinese pill popping machine.
Now, the curiosity would be, how does it pop pills? Well, first, what you do is you clear the machine to pop the pill. So first, let me clear it.
Okay. Oh, you're the best, Ace.
Now,
and a disclaimer: he does have a medical marijuana license.
Now that it's cleared, I do. And don't let me pull out my.
No, don't pull it out, please.
I got it.
No,
right
no. There.
There it is. That's all you're going to see. Now, damn it, I'm not showing everybody. I'm saving that card for the right moment. I'm
That's
saving
enough.
that card for when the
You
police
showed
say,
that.
what are you
That's
doing?
enough.
The police are going to come in and say, what are you doing smoking pot? And I'm going to have this fucking card hanging around my neck, and I'll pull it out. Up your ass.
That's great, Ace.
I got my card. Yeah.
Well, from the last video, we were asked to clarify the porta-potty incident.
Clarify it.
Clarify it because, or add details to it. Let's see. I don't know what the verbiage was. I was just told that by our director.
Well, the thing was that it was poor planning. Let's just say this: it was poor planning on Ron's part.
All right, well, I agree. So let's set the stage for this whole thing, this whole event.
Okay.
Right.
So we're at the lake. We're at
the lake, and we've been down at the shore, and I don't know.
We come back
there
and
drinking.
we start bragging about how fast one could drink a beer.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Ratnose was there.
I think he was.
Yeah, Ratnose was there in his truck too.
And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I have the record for the fastest drink.
Oh no, you don't.
And
No, you're not even close.
I could drink a beer in 1.1 seconds.
That's what you'd have to do is you'd have to take the entire top off the can and to where there was nothing, and then all of a sudden you'd have to turn it up and the bottom come off. One.
Well, it's more than that. There's a technique involved for being a champion fast beer drinker out of a can. It's it.
Okay. All right. What happens?
You take your can of beer.
Okay.
And now you cut yourself an opening in the beer at the bottom, which you're going to drink. But now it's not a little bitty opening like that.
Right.
You cut an opening about like that, so it guzzles.
Be a man about it.
So you put that in your mouth, that big cut you put in the can, and then you pop that top, and you don't gulp. Now that's where most people make the mistakes because gulping takes away seconds. So what you do is you open up your throat, you pop that, and you're hoping that the pressure will, quick. Now, I can do it in about 1.1 to 1.3 seconds. Most people can.
Listen to me. That's the biggest load of bullshit I ever heard in my whole life.
If I had a beer, I'd show you right now.
I told you to get some beer.
I don't have a beer.
Oh, that's funny. All right, yeah. Well, that's okay. But on the greater context of the story, let's get deeper into it.
Back to the story.
All right, we're at the lake.
You were at the lake.
And then there was going to be, let's see, we were just screwing around. The women folk were over there and talking, and the guys were sitting there drinking beer.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were at the lake. It was a sunshiny day. Maybe it was about 4 o'clock. It was later in the afternoon.
It was
and then as we were shotgunning beers and totally toasted, okay? This is in our early college days. Totally wasted. Ronnie decides he's got to go use the bathroom. I don't know. Do you have to go pee or shit? We didn't know, and we did not care. Because what the hell was he thinking?
No, but see, here's the deal. We're sitting there, we're all drinking, blah, blah, blah. And we look up and we happen to see Ron just get up and start heading towards the shitter.
The porta potty. The porta potty. I think there were 2 of them, wasn't there? 2 of them side by side?
Yes, that was a big mistake. He didn't even, because instantly we just looked at each other and go, huh. And we knew what we were thinking instantly. It was going to be bad for Ron.
It was going to be real bad for him.
No matter how, if he went up that direction and had just to go in the shitter.
Yeah.
Even if he would have left the door open, we'd still turned him over. But
oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
He went in there, shut the door,
locked it. Yeah.
And thought that he was being very discreet.
Yeah. It was going to be a nice day. All the women were over there. And of course, us guys, we were just going to be the perfect gentleman in this situation.
Oh. Hell, there was never passing up an opportunity like that.
Hey,
Hell no.
I remember when we first went over there, we pushed the porta potty, but it didn't go all the way over, and it rocked back. I remember him bouncing off the inside.
Yeah, he sloshed some of that blue shit up on him, I'm sure.
But we got him on the next one, and man, we turned that son of a bitch over.
And instantly took off running, as well we should have.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard some feedback that he was in there yelling the whole time. I don't remember that. I think he was.
Can you imagine sitting in there totally purple with a turd on your head?
What could have been worse is he might have actually been sitting on the shitter.
He was.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was peeing.
It was bad.
Oh man, and he was blue. So anyhow, we take off running. And we get out of there. I mean, I'd kill you and everybody else if y'all did that to me. But I'd never be that stupid. That's to go in there. Are you kidding me?
I would have expected proper retribution for something as heinous as that.
So we took off.
Yeah.
The rest of the day is a blur, but that was the best part of it.
Yeah, that was good. That was a pretty good time.
I think the women had to get him out.
I have no idea because I was so far away. I could barely even. I was peeking through the bushes 100 yards away.
I can't even remember. It was just one of those when the memory part of it. It's just I remember turning him over, and I remember running, but I don't remember what happened after that.
Well, do you remember Ron was crazy? Because if he'd had a 22 or something, he took pot shots at us or something.
Oh, that's what it was.
Well, hell yeah, there was no telling what he might do.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I know how he is. Well, I heard this funny story the other day. In fact, we were talking about square dancing.
Yeah.
And when we was kids, they'd take us to square dances, and there was not daycare or anything like there is these days in time. It was just, the kids played, and one of them got hurt, come limping in or whatever it was wrong.
Yeah, the parents would say, just get on out of here. We got our square dance, and we'd go out there.
Yeah. That was some pretty cool stuff. And then there were these venues. So you got used to going to these 3 or 4 venues, or 2 or 3 venues. I don't know how many it was.
Sure.
But the story was the funniest shit I ever heard. when you just talk about your grandpa Frank, and he was did the square dance call, or
that has to be a classic. Now I swear to God it's true, because it almost sounds like it can't be true, but it was. He was going to be, he went to the square dancing routine, with they had little square dancing groups. What? There's a square dance caller.
Yeah.
Now this dude is a dude, of course, that stands up front, and Alaman left, and do-si-do, and parade your partner, and there she goes, and blah, blah, blah. So, Grandpa, this was about 1969, I want to say.
Was it?
Somewhere right in that area, maybe a little early, maybe 68.
Okay.
It's when they first came out with that movie, The Green Beret with John.
That's right. I remember that now.
And then they also had the song that came out.
100 Men.
Yes, 100 Men.
Who done their best, or whatever it was. These are men.
Grandpa wanted, of course, Grandpa wanted to incorporate that kind of song with square dancing, which is so fucking far away. That is the South Pole from the North.
Yeah, because the square dance song
was country.
I don't even remember what it was like.
It was kind of country and western stuff.
Oh, there's both kinds.
Yeah,
like in that movie. He says, "What kind of music you play here?"
Yeah, both kinds, country and western.
Yeah.
But what he did
there you go. We're good now.
He so he picked out a song that he wanted to write a deal to, and it was to the song "Those 100 Men,"
The Green Beret song.
Green Beret song.
So how'd it go? Do you remember any of it?
I do remember.
Oh, good Lord, go.
It went. You know how kind of the song went. It went. Alum and left and do-si-do. Swing your partner, and there she goes. Those fighting men of the Green Beret. Great God Almighty! Now, how fucking crazy is that?
Well, I think it's pretty original. I think we ought to copyright the damn thing, and they're probably still square dancing somewhere, and go out and say, all right, here's the world famous Green Beret, do-si-do.
Let me tell you, they're not.
Is that a lost art?
Well, I don't think it even went over big at the square dance.
Oh, the song. No, of course it wouldn't back then.
Back then, I didn't even think it went over big. You know, your average country and your average square dance song has got kind of a it's kind of got a swing beat to it. That is a
yeah.
The big troubadour Bob Wells type music, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. I remember one time going to like a regional championship at the state level, you know, and we were a little more guarded. You stay in that area over there or that one there, but don't go out behind the exit and don't go outside on that right side there. But everything else is okay.
Yeah.
Here's your quarter.
Yeah.
Don't lose it this time. You know?
I remember.
Yeah.
Well, they were always guarding us because we would sneak in there and steal, because they would always bring refreshments.
Yeah.
And they didn't want us kids in there sneaking in there, stealing their friggin' punch and cake and shit, you know?
Yeah.
We'd do it anyway.
Well,
the other place is over in Tecumseh is where they have.
Oh, yeah.
We'd do the dance in Tecumseh.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like in City Hall or something.
Yeah, now you're playing around downtown. It's not like over at the Preston or what were they? Episcopalian church, wherever that was, or that Catholic church that we used to go to. I mean, they had that one dance at.
I don't know.
Remember that at the corner?
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm trying to think of. It was like 3 or 4 places, I think.
Yeah, and then the big one was at the Kolache Festival.
Holy shit! Now you are right. The Kolache Festival. They do it out in the street or something, wasn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was big and fancy shit, man.
Yeah. I was driving down to Texas one day, down to Corpus or San Antonio, one of the two places, and down there south of Hillsboro, or maybe it's Hillsboro, or south of Hillsboro, I don't know. They have this town, and that's where that fertilizer plant blew up. And what is it? West? Is that the name of it?
Yes, I remember that place.
Yeah, in that whole place, all those little stores right there off the interstate, they sell kolaches.
Because they're you know why?
Yeah, they're all Polish, aren't they?
They're Czechs.
Czechs, that's right, Czechs.
Czechs are their big. That's a big population there, and then in Prague, which is, you know, of course, the Czech capital
of the world,
it's called Prague, Oklahoma.
I remember that place way back in the good old Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's a kolache festival that they have there.
That's one of my favorite Leon Russell songs. So I'm going back to Tulsa one more time. Got home sweet Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great song. See, Leon Russell is without a doubt my favorite artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I go into restaurants and they say, "Okay, can we have your name?" I say Leon. I do.
You do.
Which is a difference. There's a giant difference between that and my alias. Now, back in my younger days, my alias when I was partying and picking up, having a good time.
Yeah. Back in the giant money days.
I went by Billy Don Hobart.
Oh, I remember that.
I ride the rodeo.
Yeah, Billy Don.
Just
He
got
come
off.
over and he says, "Hey, is that guy catching all the drinks for that table over there?" So Billy Don.
Got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Bring me the checks. But first, I'll be right.
Billy Don Hobart. I remember that. That's that was some crazy shit, wasn't it?
Me and Daryl. You remember Daryl?
Yeah, I do.
Well, we go out to lot. We're two Green Pea Oklahoman guys, Okies.
Yeah.
And we go out to Las Vegas.
Oh.
Now he had about $150. We're gonna stay out there a week.
Yeah.
Now he had about $150, and I had about 100.
Oh, well, there you go.
We're thinking, fuck, shit.
They're high rollers out there.
We're gonna be high rollers.
Yeah.
Well, we pissed through that in about 20 minutes.
Damn the luck.
Damn the luck. And I remember I put $1 in the slot machine and fucking hit the jackpot.
No.
It started ringing and bells were going off, and this lady says, "Oh, don't you wish you'd put 3 in there?"
Well, I wish I'd have had 3.
Yeah, and I'm like, I broke this machine.
Damn.
They're going to come take me to jail. So I walked off.
No. You didn't know. You didn't know.
I walked off, didn't collect a penny. As a matter of fact, I scurried off so that they would not see who it was that tore that machine up because all the bells were going off.
Well, it could have been both ways. You never know. You might have went ahead and broke it knowing you.
It was only one way. I was a fucking idiot.
Oh, well, hell, that was one of those deals that, hell, went without saying.
Totally, because I could have. We didn't have enough money to even eat at the cheap places.
The 75-cent shrimp cocktail.
The 75-cent lunch, all you can eat.
Yeah.
We were buying a loaf of bread and bologna.
Yeah.
And I remember we were running late on getting home, so we tell this cab drivers, they'll take you all the way around from fucking Fairmont to halfway to Utah back to the airport and charge you,
Right.
So we told him, hey, listen, we're in a hurry. We'll take care of you. Just get us to the airport as fast as you can.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Boom, he was there. And he was expecting a big.
Going to flip him a couple of hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have $4.20.
Here you go, sir. Here's $4 for your efforts.
Oh fuck no, we didn't have that much to give him.
Oh. You had to buy a Coke or something. Yeah.
We weren't going to waste our $4 on that.
That's great.
So he got $1, and boy, he was so mad. I remember he was so pissed off.
Oh man. $1.
And
that's just an insult. Here, take this and shove it up your ass.
Exactly. That's exactly how he felt.
Dang, Ace.
And I've done that in Acapulco before. I've had Mexican money, and I'm going to leave him a tip, and I'm shelling out. I'm like, there's like 15,000 fucking pesos. I'm thinking like, God dang, that's a pretty good tip. And it ends up being like about 35 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
So I walk out of this restaurant out of there down on the strip in Acapulco. And I walk out of this Senor Frogs or whatever the name was that joint. And the waiter comes running out there going, hey, what's wrong? Did I piss you off? This is lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I gave you 15,000, pesos. I didn't realize the exchange rate was about 15,000 to 1.
Yeah. You gave him 11 cents.
I know.
Had the same thing happen to me. I was over in Spain. We were doing a gig over there, and I was at a casino. Man, we were playing. We were all drunk and just having a hell of a time. And they were trying to quieten us all down because we were just having a hell of a time on the blackjack table.
Yeah.
And just having a good time. So I accumulated this big giant pile, and I'm exaggerating, but everybody's like that was with me thought it was, they were just patting me like, you go, and I was thinking, well, I'm
big
betting
pile of money.
Yeah, this big pile of money. I'm betting this big old blue stack here. I figured that's probably a 5,000 worth or something, dollars or something. And I figured by the time I thought, well, I'm probably up about 80, 85 grand. I'm over here. Hell, let's just go ahead and cash out while we're ahead, So they bring me a big box and they put all that shit in the box and they rake it off in there, and I take it up to the cash window and I get like $410. I was like, oh, dang, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
Hell of a conversion rate here in Spain.
I've been a little upset over that one myself.
Yeah. So same, but we love gambling. And folks, you'll want to book a seat at our show in Las Vegas in November as we travel around the country.
Hey, that's going to be real big.
The old Chinese pill popping machine will be there.
Well, I don't know. Now, wait a second, because,
You hadn't signed that yet, though, so we're still in the air on that one.
Well, you can't really take Chinese pill popping machines out there.
In Vegas? I thought it was legal out there. Just drive right across our border here from California to
well, it's getting there.
It's getting there. Oh, okay. It's getting there. Because it's not legal between the state line and the city limits. It's not legal between there, but it's legal in the city limits. Okay. Hell.
Them sons of bitches.
Have they banned coffee there yet? That's all I'm asking.
I don't know, but I think
you did that before. Dang, I think it came out my nose again. Good God. Oh.
Damn. I think that was a big booster shot.
Hey, that's well, of course, since it's a doctor's prescription, I
don't feel bad at all.
No.
Well, you know what I feel bad about?
What's that?
Is the poor people that can't.
Oh, they can't. You know what? That brings up a goddamn good point. Something I heard the other day, and I think it's right. I think it's true. So you tell me, because I'm that.
Okay.
So the only reason it got illegal in the first place was that guy that owned all those newspapers, and he had those big paper producing mills, and the hemp thing, the hemp plants that were shown to be, really strong paper and, organic and all that kind of stuff. He had to find a way to villainize it. And he was the one that produced Reefer Madness and all those propaganda films, because it would have impacted his paper business.
Well, they should have hung him up by his balls and burned him.
Well, he done dead now, or he probably would be.
Well, of course he would be, because he would be 180 years old.
Yeah, but what a reason to do that. I agree with you. That's a shame. They ruined a lot of people's lives, and
Well, it's only, I guess, some people see bad things wrong with it, and I'm trying to think.
Well, if it's a doctor's prescription, good God.
There is one bad thing that's wrong with it.
What's that?
Running out.
I would suppose so. Yeah.
That's a motherfucker.
Oh God. Well, I'd be like running out of coffee. Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh shit. You talk about some bad things. Running out is right up there.
Yeah.
And then, I would just ask somebody, I'd say, do you have a drug problem? They'd say, yes. And I'd look up and say, are you okay? He goes, yeah, my drug dealer got busted.
Oh, hell. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a problem there.
But the best one, I used to hire and fire a lot of people. I mean,
yeah, you did.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to list all kinds of excuses and all this stuff. Okay, why were you not at work?
Yeah.
And they would say, and I had this one guy said, I had contagious projectile diarrhea. And I thought to myself, anybody that could come up with that slick of, I said, take the day off. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pay you for coming up with such good shit. Because anybody can come up with that deserves. I mean, that was just great. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, fuck you, you're going to stay at work, Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like there's no answer back to that. I understand. Stay at home.
Yeah. Well, and two, another thing about that is I've heard said that if you have that contagious projectile diarrhea, that you could, should I go ahead and graphically explain what you could do?
Shit over a 5-wire fence or shit through a screen door and not hit one wire.
Those will work. People, people get the idea then.
If you could shit through a screen door and not hit one wire, you are fucked up. Or as Grandpa used to say, stand flat-footed, shit over a 5-wire fence.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
He never said diarrhea. He used to call it the
what'd they call it?
The green apple trots.
The
green apple.
Man.
The green apple trot.
Well, listen, my prayers are with the people that got the old Cronus. Man, I know that's a tough deal for those folks. And
what is that now?
Cronus?
Yeah.
Cronus virus.
Cronus virus.
Yeah, chrono.
Oh, the coronavirus.
Yeah, we've changed the I don't want to say vernacular. I want to say nomenclature of this deal. Cronus. The Cronus.
Well, now we could say it's not the coronavirus. It's that goddamn Chinese virus that they sicked on us.
You think they did that, eh?
Well, that's the way they make Trump sounds like he says it. Mm. But Trump does. He does go out there and he will say, instead of saying the coronavirus, he'll say, it looks. Everybody knows he's fixing to say coronas, but he says Chinese virus. Only because
he's mad.
They tried to claim that it was America that put that virus over them. That's what they claim. That's their narrative.
Well, see here, all this time, Cronus. Let's just go with Cronus, the Coronas. Because I was calling it the other time, well, I don't know, our last show, I was calling it the dang Chinese mochas.
Well, that's shit. It's not the Vietnamese blue ball flu or anything crazy like that. It's got to be.
Hey, no, we try to be apolitical around here, but we have a hell of a lot of fun with it.
Well, I'm sorry. That's not probably the proper vernacular. Let's say the Asian blue ball flu.
You can't help it. All right. Well, I'll tell you this much.
Okay. So if it is from them,
yeah, let's go there.
They are pretty fucking smart. That's all I can say.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, yeah. But I look at these things, I like to think the world's getting better. And I want to think that this is a warning shot over the bow. And that's how we get ourselves, we know the world is vulnerable to a deal like that. And we have to be a country and help, and then get ourselves and then get the world to be able to defeat something like that. We all mobilize because, when everybody's trying to defeat the same thing, the world's never been closer.
Well, you know what?
Mind if I sing a song?
Can we just hold hands and hard?
What the world needs now.
Well, hang on. You're as fucked up as my sister's checkbook.
No way. If I'm that bad, damn it.
Let me tell you. You be thinking all this stuff. Now, I'm not a conspiratist or conspiracy theory guy.
Yeah. Conspirafairy.
Well, I'm not.
Okay, good.
But there's a good chance. I know it's not a good chance, but it did come from China, and it's about the third one that came from them. If you will note this.
Wait, let me ask you a question though.
What?
Did you sterilize that Chinese pill popping machine? Because I'm seeing you take your medicine through it, and if it's not sterilized, what the hell?
I'll be quite honest with you.
Okay.
I probably got shit in me that will eat fucking Coronas to the death. It'll get in me, and then it'll go, fuck no, and run out my ear.
Oh, good Lord, Ace. Good Lord.
Well, I'm just telling you, I've had a rough life.
Excuse him, folks. He does his best.
No, I'm telling the truth. Now, who knows? But I'm, I've had a lot of rough, I've ate friggin' cat tacos down there, and there's a wonder I'm still alive from all kinds of shit.
I know. We'll give you that. This boy did travel the world many times over. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. You know what? I was thinking about something, and you just tell me.
Okay.
You remember Captain Kangaroo?
God love him, and yes, I do.
Okay. So, my thinking was, now, I think I'm imagining this, but you tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
Was there a Mr. Green Jeans or was there not?
Well, have you been smoking fucking crack?
No.
Of course there's a Mr. Green Jeans.
No, there's this big discussion over it. And I said, no, yes, there is. Mr. Green Jeans. Good God.
Yeah, Mr. Green Jeans was this weird fucker that was real, he didn't really, he was like, okie dokie.
Yeah.
There, Mr. Kangaroo, I'll sure go out there, and yes, sir. That was Mr. Green Jeans. Now, of course, there was Mr.
I do my best to keep from laughing. I'm telling you, Ace, you're.
Well, then there was. You got to remember that there was Grandfather Clock.
What?
Now, I'm not sure what that motherfucker did, but there's Grandfather Clock.
I don't know. I don't remember.
There was. Just trust me, there was. Now, I think there was also a little puppet. Now, I don't remember.
All right. Then the answer to the second question, then. This is very, very controversial. But not to me, because I remembered it. But you tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay. Was
there someone named or an animal named Dancing Bear?
Dancing Bear. Now that might be right. Now I can't remember if Dancing Bear was on Captain Kangaroo or not. I just can't remember because
I can't remember either.
There was 3 shows. If you don't remember, there was 3 shows going on at that time. In the morning show, you had Captain Kangaroo. You had Ho Ho the Clown.
Ho Ho the Clown, yeah.
And then you had one other one that were all competing at the same time for that time frame. And it was like from 7 till 8:30 in the morning.
Right before kids went to school.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It was all right before they headed to school. You would watch that, that stuff.
You having an earthquake down there? You okay?
Uh,
California, it's very scary here.
I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on out there, and oh fuck, the birds have all. It's real weird. The birds are not making a sound.
Oh Lord.
Oh, my cats are flipping out.
You probably, what was that movie you watched?
They're
You watched The
all
Walking
going to
Dead.
go down the same shitter I am. I ain't making a move. I am. What I'm doing is I am. What's it called now? I've already forgot. I'm settling in place, or
yeah. No, that's as good as any.
what's it
Shelter in
called?
place. Shelter in
Huh?
place. Shelter in place.
I'm sheltering in place, and it ain't so bad.
Yeah, we've seen worse. We've seen.
Well,
Hey, what about your cat? Now you told me you named one of your cats General Sterling Pride. Is that correct?
that is exactly correct. Now, this cat is one cat that has been through. Let me tell you the story behind him. Excuse me here, my camera's moving a little bit, but
Earthquake again.
yeah.
California.
Let me tell you the story behind this cat.
Okay.
Okay. I go down to get the cat at the animal shelter. Now, get this has been about 12 fucking years ago. And there's this one cat, and he's, and there's Carly with me, my little girl. She's about 5 or 6 years old. And she's looking at another cat. But I'm looking at the general there, and he's up for death. He's on death row.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got to take care of the general there.
And he's ready to be executed or euthanized or whatever the fuck they call it. He was on death row.
Oh damn!
And it was due tomorrow. The very next day, he was going to be sent to kitty heaven.
So you go into these places and they go, well, you could get these fine animals, and those are getting ready to get executed.
Well, yeah, they all got them there, and there's days, they're all.
Man, that's horrible. That's just horrible.
Back then,
spay and neuter.
Well, as soon as you got the cat, it was the time the clock started ticking. And if they weren't picked up or bought by a certain, or somebody adopted them by a certain time, it was too late.
Yeah.
So anyway. So I get General Sterling Prize, and I give him he gets his shots, and he gets that little thing in his neck, that little tracking device. And
yeah.
And the first thing he gets, and he got his shots. I remember doing it because I paid like $40 or $50 for him. He gets distemper.
Oh, first rattle out of the box.
Yeah, he's just a little cat. He ain't but 6 months old. He gets distemper.
What now? I can't imagine what the fuck that is. So
well, it's like about cancer.
Oh, good God!
Oh, it fucks them up worse than tying their tails together. It really jacks them up.
Yeah.
So he lives through that. I didn't think he was going to make it through that. So he made it through that. Then we're on I'm in a 2-story apartment, and I leave the window open, and there's not a screen on it.
Oh, good God! I wasn't even asked where you were. So go ahead. Sorry. No screen on the window. Hey.
I'm sitting there. He jumps out of the window at a bird, two stories, and lands on his feet.
Of course.
And took off running.
End of story, right?
Oh no, it's just beginning.
Oh crap!
So I go to move, and I have to put but in between that time, he had a monkey on his back.
A monkey on his back.
Well, he had a little drug problem. He was crazy. He loved catnip. But he went on and advanced on to eating this. He took a Valium.
Ah,
I'd set a Valium down. It was poor cat, so fucked up. I thought he had palsy.
you may have.
But anyway, after he got through that, he got kidnapped.
No way.
And they held him hostage, kidnapped for 2 years.
Good God.
2 years.
Who would do such a thing?
Some crazy motherfucker. And then I guess after 2 years they said, shit, let's give this cat back. So they gave him back. And I got him back, and I've had him ever since. So he's about, I want to say he's about 14 years old. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. He's in his prime.
And in human
if he's
years,
lived that long, he's quite a cat.
Well, he's about 65 in human years or so.
Yeah. And and if maybe he had that stuff that damn near killed him, and it changed his DNA and chromosomes and shit. And now he might live to like 30 or 40.
He might, because he's taken on every obstacle that was in his way.
That's a good cat.
That is a good cat. It really is.
Yeah.
But now, as thinking ahead, as all cats, eventually he will die. Now, I hate to say it.
That's bad. Let's go ahead and go there, though.
But so I've already got his replacement. That's it.
Is the general training his replacement?
He beats him up.
Okay. Well, then he's training. That because you think about it.
I started calling him one thing, and then I decided I would call him Mr. Pickles.
You're not serious, right? You don't.
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh,
get it, Mr. Pickles, come here. Maybe he'll come here, and I'll show you.
Oh my God, that's just great. Ace.
But he's a good cat. He's learned to when he comes up to me, he rolls right on his back and wants his belly rubbed.
Oh,
which is odd for a cat.
Jesus.
That is kind of odd for a cat.
Well,
most cats will scratch you if you rub their belly.
Well, you called him Mr. Pickles, so he's probably fucked up from the start.
Well, yeah.
It probably fucked him up. Remember Blowfly?
Yes, I do.
Blowfly. Yeah, we named the cat Blowfly.
I remember Blowfly.
I have no idea why, but we heard the name, and that was a good name for a cat.
I don't know. I thought Grandpa named him.
No. Shit, no. He didn't want no goddamn cat around there.
Well, he loved that cat after a while.
Did he?
He started to.
Yeah. Good old Blowfly.
There was Blowfly, and there was another one, I thought. There
was another one. I can't remember, but old Blowfly was a good one. Yeah. Well, Ace, now, that's just kind of the purify stuff right there, right?
What are you talking about?
Your medicine you just took. That was prescribed as well.
Oh no, this is from the doctor. I mean, it come right out of the pharmacy. You can't buy this shit anywhere. But it's it's good.
Hey, one more story. We're gonna have to cut out of here.
What time? Well, what?
I'm gonna remind you of one, and then you tell me about it, because if this is true, I damn near busted a gut laughing about it.
Okay.
The eggnog story when you was a kid.
Okay.
Where somehow eggnog was substituted because there just wasn't enough milk.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, my mom was always trying to put a good spin on everything. But you cannot put a good spin on putting cornflakes and then covering it with eggnog like it was milk and say, oh, it's even better.
It's better than milk.
Of course, cornflakes and eggnog will make you throw up. No matter what you think, you will throw up.
Even as an adult.
Oh, hell yeah. It's just got a gag thing about it,
Oh, jeez.
my God. But that's the way Mom was, you know. Sometimes she did things that she was learning how to, you know, she was, after Dad passed away, she was learning how to be a hairstylist or
Oh,
a,
yeah.
beautician or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm about in the 7th grade. I let her. She wanted to learn how to do permanents. They call them permanents. And, well, I didn't know what the fuck a permanent was. But what it is a bunch of shit curls in your hair. And Mom goes, "Oh no, honey,
That's great.
you look like a Greek god, Hercules, you know." And I'm
Oh
going,
my God.
"What?" I am so embarrassed. I went to Dad begging Dad to give me a mohawk, just so I wouldn't look like such a fucking weirdo with what Mom had done to me.
Shave
Now,
my
think
head.
about parents that do that to you.
Shave my head and make me walk backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's, I don't know, Ace.
Well, it was torture. You know, we was talking about the other day, you know, it's just get out of the house. You don't have to go on out of here. Don't go outside and play.
Yeah.
Well, we'd go outside, get all fucking dirty and shit, and we'd come home, and there'd be Mom. And if we were a little late, she'd have a switch in one hand. You know, one of them goddamn willow switches that you could tie into a knot that wouldn't break. I mean, the son of a bitch would wrap around you 3 times before you did anything.
Elm.
And then you'd have a water hose.
Had to be Elmwood. Yeah.
She'd have a water hose in the other hand.
Yeah.
So you'd get up there and because you were filthy, she'd water hose you all down with the water hose, and then give you a fucking lash with that goddamn willow switch.
Give you a good whipping.
It's like,
get in your house.
Thank you.
Wet little piece of
I
shit.
swear that's what happened. We'd come home, get sprayed down with a fucking water hose, and then get whipped with a willow switch. What kind of deal is that? And then
I should never drink when you're saying that.
Well, it'd be like coming home and saying, "Well, what's for dinner? Raw liver and grapes, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be real good." You know.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
Well, Ace, now listen to me. This is really important.
Okay.
Take care of yourself, because you know that Cronus is out there.
Well, listen, let me tell you about that Cronus.
Okay.
I'm doing exactly what the doctor said. I am not going to go against the doctor. No matter of fact, it makes Cronus a little easier. Even if you had a case of it square up your ass.
Oh, good God.
This would probably cure it.
Probably fix it up, wouldn't it?
Well, it would make it a little easier to get through.
Yeah.
What was the old saying we used to say?
Oh, I thought about that today. We used to say, drugs will get you, no, dope. Dope will get you through no money better than money will get you through no dope.
No, it was pot will get you through hard times.
Hard times.
Better than money will get you through hard times.
I like mine better. A lot better. I mean,
you think?
Yeah. So tell the people, say vote on those 2 things. And
I would vote on that because
right there, hit it.
Click.
All right, Ace, listen, I'll holler at you, okay? Keep taking your medicine, God dang it.
Love, peace.
All right.
And don't forget the bacon grease.
All right. I like that saying. That's very nice.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Right. See you, Ace.
See you later.